DPR has lost $1 billion, $8 billion due to this shit, and apparently investors are looking to sue. I think it was some investors. I forgot where exactly, but it was in another country. They're looking to sue. They're trying to sue for false advertisement.
Here's what I think. I think this is dumb. I don't think this is false advertisement. I think that it's. Wait, hold on. Pause. First of all, I think that this situations like this has happened before,
Oh yes, yes they
but
have.
I think that because like three things I'm thinking right now is just off the top. No Man's Sky, Anthem, and Fallout
Yeah,
76. Nobody said shit about. I mean, people were mad.
no,
Don't get me
people were
wrong. People were
pissed.
mad, but it was mostly like customers and like players and stuff,
Yeah,
right? Who were mad at the state of Fallout 76, and especially No Man's Sky, because when No Man's Sky came out, people were saying were very underwhelmed because the dude who was in charge of No Man's Sky, he made a lot of
yeah.
promises that at launch they did not keep.
Pretty much, he pretty much
But
lied
it's
like that entire time.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. The way, I mean, yeah, he lied, but here's the thing about it. He he said, okay, I did indeed stress the truth. I did say all that stuff, and all that stuff didn't come to fruition. But we're gonna make sure that we implement all these things in the game. And we make No Man's Sky into the vision that we want. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, No Man's Sky is especially with their 2.0 like update like that came out like months ago at this point, but still the point of that being is that No Man's Sky would manage to come back from a disastrous launch into a seemingly great game now.
Yeah.
And I think and I don't know what to say about Fallout 76, but a couple months ago I decided to look at streams for people who are streaming on Twitch for Fallout
Mm-hmm.
76. It's actually playable now. It's actually fun. Like it looks fun and cool and interesting. And I was like, okay, you know what? I might buy that shit. I'll put it on my wish list. You know,
Yeah, I got you.
like it actually looks good. Like an enticing game that I would want to play now instead of the garbage at launch. And I feel that's something that the both as consumers of this medium and as uh critics of video. I don't say I don't want to call myself a critic, but as somebody who was critical of the video game industry.
Yeah.
That's it is, and the thing is, it's been happening for years on multiple occasions. I think as gamers, it's great that we want and like really put a lot of like passion behind our what's called our love of video games,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, we should be patient and um we should understand the time and effort and energy it takes to create whole new worlds, create systems for us to play and imagine and explore and create and all this shit. We should respect the the people who are making games that we'll play for the next decade or even longer.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm saying that like for example, when it comes to Anthem, right? Anthem came out, people were like, man, this is unplayable,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now they're trying to do this roadmap. They've been doing this roadmap uh, and trying to bring this game
Trying to
back
bring this bang.
from the brink of death. They're trying to bring this game back from the brink of death,
Yeah.
right? I think I think that's what we should expect when it comes to uh, when it comes to game development and shit. We should expect, okay, there's it might not come out like we hope, but uh
You hear that too, right?
we should want to see.
You hear
Hmm?
that too, right?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, I'm back now. So continue what you were saying.
Okay, but yeah, I'm saying that for years now, we've had multiple games that have started out being trash and trying to make that turnaround. Honestly, this has been happening for a very long time, and we've been honestly, game developers have just like gotten the idea in their heads that like, oh, maybe we can actually turn this game around instead of
This
just
has not been
dropping it
happening for a very
like a
long time.
hot shit.
This is. I want you to understand that we are
Maybe,
such a
maybe
good
not,
place.
maybe hold on.
But
Hold on, wait a second, hold on. Maybe not to this magnitude, but there have been countless times where there have been promises for games and gameplay, and it doesn't come to fruition. That's been happening for a long time. It just hasn't gotten. It just
that's
hasn't. Frankly, it just hasn't
that's
gotten
not what I was talking
the
about. But
press that. What are you saying?
I'm saying that games not living up to expectations. That's always been a thing. But games
Yeah,
being able to be remodeled and updated, that is a recent practice.
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's just gotten into the game developers' heads that oh maybe we can actually salvage the game instead of dropping it like a hot shit.
It's not that it recently got into their heads. That's what I was about to get into my point of, we live in a great time, especially like when it comes to games and shit like that. It's not that it recently came to their heads, it's that they recently was able to do it. I want you to understand
Oh yeah,
that when a game pre look, let's say pre PS3 era, right? Let's say that time, right? Anytime you release a game and it's shit, it's gonna be shit forever. You can't update it, you can't remodel it, you can't do anything like that. And then unless you literally re-release another disc for it, there was no way you're able to update a game,
so you couldn't get digital downloads
sir.
for the Xbox 360 and PS3 era.
Sir, I said pre Xbox 360, pre PS3
Oh,
era, sir.
I thought you said
No, I
PS3
said
era.
pre PS3 era.
Okay,
Because I want you to understand, didn't
yeah,
the PS3 came out in what, '09?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh well,
yeah,
no.
that's what I'm saying. Like late 2000s, early 2010s. If anything, this is a recent practice to where they're actually able to remodel and salvage games. Anything before PS3 era, all that time, if you made a shitty game, it's a shitty game forever. That's just how it's gonna be.
Oh, I know. I know that. I'm just saying that I'm agreeing with what you're
Yeah, I
saying.
know, but my point is that we live in such a great time for games to the point where they can take something like an Anthem, they can take something like a Fallout 76, they can take something like a No Man's Sky, something that's very ambitious and actually turn it into the thing they wanted to turn it into, even though they couldn't do that shit on launch. The fact that we can update shit and remodel shit has drawn and made
Revolutionary.
it really has like it has made unplayable games fun. It has made current playable games longer lasting, right?
Oh yeah.
Like for instance, fighting games. Like Dragon Ball Fighter Z just came out with two new characters, right? Put this in the PS2 era. That shit can never happen. It's
That's
literally
true.
the base roster and whoever is locked. There is no extra money coming in to add more characters onto it. In Tekken,
It-
there is no
I mean,
there is no adding other characters on it pre PS3 era. Like
I mean, yeah.
Tekken to Tekken 4, Tekken 5 I think was on PS3, I'm not sure. But yeah, like
I mean, yeah. But I'm saying that like that. I
I'm
mean,
just saying
I know what you're saying.
that like
I'm,
we don't
I'm,
really
I'm trying to say that
I'm
like
trying to say that we don't really look and appreciate at the fact of we can really like remodel this shit. We like we're at a point to where like, oh, this is shit, but I can rework it and model it and sculpt it to where it's like, oh, this is beautiful now. The
oh
fact that we
yeah.
live at a time like this when growing up, it was whenever we got the game, it was what it was. It is what it is. And outside of that, if it's shit, it's shit. Now we're at a point to where if it's
I mean,
shit, it can be fucking amazing, and that's beautiful to me.
I know, but I'm saying that like it also comes with to me at least, I feel like it comes with a little bit of a downside. I mean, overall it is a great
Yeah,
thing.
it does come with a
But
downside.
like remember how back in the day how they used to even from like the very beginning of video games, and they used to put like Easter eggs and like secret levels and secret characters and like achievements and uh like cheat codes and stuff through the game. Like all throughout the game.
Yeah, but that's also dependent on the developer too.
And I know, but I'm saying they don't do that shit
No, no, no.
because it's harder to the reason they don't do the reason they tend to not do that shit anymore is because it's harder to develop and harder to like code and shit.
That's the thing. I really would say that's more so due to a developer thing. Cause
I know that's what I'm saying.
no, I'm saying like the specific develop. Cause like some games had cheat codes. Not all games had cheat codes. Even back in the day, some games was like, "Yo, we want y'all to just fuck around and do whatever." For example,
I mean, I know that, but I'm saying for the most part, that was like for example, right? Remember
I will say a lot more.
the
Yeah, a lot more
Scholastic
games
School book?
definitely did have cheat codes back in the day. I definitely give you that.
I I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that like remember back when like during the Scholastic book fair, you got like cheat codes for like all these different
I have.
systems, and like you could like literal pages, like a thick ass book full of cheat codes for various games on various systems from various
Yeah,
companies.
the last time I had
They
that
don't
shit
do that
was
shit
for a
anymore.
PS3. The PS3 was still relevant. Like it was the hot
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like I had like because the one I had it was like
We're
one side
online.
for like consoles, the other side flip was like for fucking handheld devices. I had cheat codes for
Yeah,
PSPs, Nintendo DSs, fucking Xbox 360s, PS3s, Wii's, and some PS2 games too.
yeah.
It always sucked because all the cheat codes never had a game I fucking had. Like I remember one of the fucking games was
I
fucking
know.
Ben 10 Alien Blazing some shit like that. Like fucking WWE 2K9 shit like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I definitely agree with that. That it does come with some caveats, and one of the caveats is that you don't have that little like that ecstasy of like finding out some shit and be like, yo, I just found out this shit, da 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 da, because nowadays because we're so interconnected that like as soon as you find something you share it to the world, and then the world is now it's common knowledge as opposed to like y'all just figured out a cheat code. Word? How the
yeah.
fuck you figure out? Yo,
Yeah,
downright up B H fucking downright up B square triangle XX circle L2 R1 left right up down start select.
yeah. But here's the thing, like it's I get what you're saying and I understand the feeling, but I feel like it kind of like changed a little bit, you know. Feel like with the introduction of the internet now, like it has such a whole and social media has such like a hold over like when things get released and when things get what's it called when things get what's the word, not spoiled but
Yeah,
revealed, I guess.
absolutely. Spoilers are a
Yeah,
fucking bitch.
like it's just selling like hotcakes. Like for example, right? Cyberpunk 2077, right? There have been like hella videos about like how to get these unique guns or special guns that do these specific things, etc., etc. And it's kind of cool, like learning about that stuff. It's kind of cool, like being able to just like look up something, watch a video about the a cool gun in Cyberpunk or like Borderlands or how to get and stuff. So even though like yeah, you might uh you might be able to find it yourself, and that's a cool experience, and that's a cool isolated experience. But like, it's also cool to be able to just like get that knowledge and be like, oh, that's a
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with
and
that
like
too.
you know, shit.
Yeah, I'm not against that point either. My thing is that like yeah, it comes and goes. But you were saying that like there were some downsides that come along with it. I was just going off of the first one you said. What are the other ones that you think when it comes to it?
Yeah, I'm just saying that like when it comes like for example, I was thinking about like how when it comes to completionist, right? And when he completes like games that are like more modern and aren't like in the mid 2000s and like 90s and stuff, right? When he does more modern
Mm-hmm.
games, it tends to be like less like less. more more achievements, but like not enough payoff.
So about in modern
Like,
games? Oh
yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
I love achievements to complete, but not enough like payoff or like reward for completing the entire game.
Cause
And that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to games that I made today versus games that I made like in the past,
yeah,
like they were even when it comes to like older games, like pre '90s and stuff like that. They usually
pre
put like
'90s.
uh Easter eggs. Yeah, even pre
Oh,
'90s.
you saying even pre
Like even
'90s?
when it comes to
Okay.
yeah, like for example, right when Angry Video Game Nerd, right, when he talks about how like Adventure, right, one of the first games for like Atari, right, how
Yeah.
uh if you there's like a yeah, there's like a secret room where there's like a treasure that leads to like treasure and stuff, right, and he goes into that treasure unlocks another room where it has like the developer's name in it, the person who made like this level or whatever. Like that's a cool
That is
thing
cool.
because like that person is making like their mark in this game. Like, hey, I was here.
Yeah.
It's like carving. It's like putting your name in like
Yeah,
sidewalks
and it's also like a bit of self
and then it
discovery too.
dries.
It's just like,
Yeah,
wait, this part's here?
yeah, yeah, and then just moving that from that era of video games like the '90s and stuff. Where you have like uh cheat codes that allow you to do anything and like unlocking stuff, etc., etc.
That still goes into the
Or like
2000s too.
yeah, I still will 6,000 too. But like just the ability to do shit like that,
Yeah.
like you find shit out yourself, like that's amazing.
Yeah, that's the
I feel like you don't have that
I
shit
think
as much.
that I think that specifically is why like games like Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie are still revered to this day. Like they're still loved to this day because not only do you explore, but you're rewarded for exploring.
Yeah,
Some games are just like it's the fact that not only did you explore, but they're like, oh, you willing to take the time to go this far out your way? Okay, let me add a little some extra for you. Let me throw in a little extra spice. Let me throw in an extra cutscene. Like
yeah.
like finding out shit like that, it is really a rewarding feeling. So so I get exactly what you mean, and I completely agree with you. When it comes to modern games, a lot of times they're more so like, hey, this is what you got. That's the ending.
Especially when it comes, I feel like they found a way to uh like monetize the stuff that we would normally get in the game for free.
Yeah, they have.
And that's true as shit. Like pre-orders, DLC,
Yes.
extra DLC,
Yes.
season passes,
Yes.
uh, just games as a service games, battle passes.
Yes.
You know, that's slightly different, but still, like they found ways to monetize stuff that we could
Yeah,
get for
that should
free
be in the base
otherwise.
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is one of the downsides when it comes to modern gaming. Yeah, yeah, there's a plus to it. Where it's like, yeah, you can add more characters and shit like that. But the downside is that I have to pay for it as opposed to being in the base game. One of the things that I loved growing up, especially when I had like a fighting game, is having mad characters with the question mark over his face unlocked. I mean, locked. I'm like, oh, okay, bet. So I got
yeah.
to go through story mode. I got to grind this shit, and I'm here for it. I'm grinding through the game, so I'm like, okay, bet. I unlock this character, bet. How this character play? Da 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 da. Okay, bet. Gotta unlock this, bet. Like I enjoy the progress of unlocking and seeing a reward for whatever I'm doing, right? Like I enjoy going through the process and working my ass off to beat something. Then when I beat it, I get somebody new. I'm like, oh, now I have somebody else to play with. Do I like this character? Do I not like this character? I don't know. But now let's go to the next one. You know, like
So something interesting. There's two things I want to talk about first. So have you heard of that Sephiroth is going to be
Sephiroth is
the
in
newest
Smash.
character on
Yeah.
the. Do you know how you can get him early? Have you heard about that?
No, he's already. Wait, isn't no? Wait. When does he come
Okay,
out?
I don't know exactly,
Because I
but
think he's
they're
already
doing this
out.
thing called the Sephiroth. They're doing this thing called the Sephiroth challenge, right? Where if you Sakurai put it in the game like if you
Oh
beat
yeah.
I think the like latest update if you beat Sephiroth, you get him as a free
Yeah,
character. I like that.
yeah, that's fire.
But like one of the games, like for example, yeah, I know that's a great thing. I'm glad you did that. But one of the games that I had to like I realized that I found like really cool. You know Mario Kart Double Dash,
Yes.
right? So there's a way for you to unlock levels and unlock characters and unlock new cars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like I think like six, then like uh, I believe six characters and six cars that you can unlock by doing achieving special like challenges and stuff like that I didn't know about until like years after I got the
Mm-hmm.
game. And it's I was surprised as shit because I was like, wow, that's cool as fuck. Because I legitimately I've been playing the game a lot and I did not know that it was in the game.
That's what I.
And I felt so great like earning that shit, like earning those characters and those cars and those maps, you know?
That's yeah. That's right to my point.
Yeah.
It's the feeling. It's the feeling of being rewarded for the work you put in. That's what it really is. It's the feeling of like I put in these hours, and then I get a reward from it, and I get a reward that's worthwhile. It's not just I get a reward, but a reward that's worthwhile. No,
Yeah.
like it's very
And
yeah. It's I very much enjoy that. That's one of the things I love growing up.
mhm.
But when it comes to the
To be honest,
gut,
go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. But like when you said with the Sephiroth shit, that's what I mean when I say it really comes down to the developers, cause
Mhm.
Sakurai, he is a person that very much enjoys the game that he makes. He is very
Yeah.
this man literally fought against himself, one hand on each controller. This man is a legend, and this is his game.
Yeah, he clearly put in hours. He put in hours with Smash Bros. Hours.
Cause
Like
it's
people were worried about this man. He worked tirelessly to give us Smash Ultimate. Ultimate.
yeah,
Like his health was at risk at one point.
yeah. But that's what I mean.
He wanted to complete that. He wanted to give us that ode to that magnum opus. That is Smash Ultimate. You know?
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Since we're here, I kind of gotta talk about it. When we have the good things, we also have the bad. You know what I gotta talk about. We gotta talk about it. You watch those videos I
I
sent
feel
you?
like I know what you're talking about.
You watch those videos I sent you?
Yes.
We gotta talk about the fact that Smash, that Nintendo. I'm not sure if it's all Nintendo or just Nintendo of America, but Nintendo has been trying to fucking kill the Smash Brothers Melee competitive community. Mind
Mhm.
you, I want you to understand how strong the Melee community is. Super Smash Brothers Melee came out just so I can get my facts completely straight from the source of the interwebs. Smash Brothers Melee that came out on the Nintendo GameCube, mind you, came out in 2001. There are still
Yeah.
a huge community that still plays this game faithfully and competitively. It was released in 2001. That's 19 years ago. That's older than everybody. That's oh my goodness. Niggas, there are niggas that are not even out of high school yet. This game is older than niggas in high school. I want you to understand, this game is older than seniors in high school right now. That's how old this shit is. But yet this community is still this strong and still going on this long. And now, well, apparently there's a long history of it that Nintendo has been trying to silently but surely kill the Smash competitive community. Smash has also, Nintendo has also not really taken too kindly to the fact that there's a competitive scene for Smash, and essentially shut down. They shut down one of the biggest events that was originally supposed to be scheduled for the Smash community, right? Um, and they were trying to get on the tournament hosts on some bullshit because they was using Flippy. Slippy. What Slippy is a software that essentially allows the internet latency to not really be there. It essentially allows you to play online Smash like you're playing next to somebody in person. And in the year of our
Wait,
Lord,
wait a second. I just want to say something.
yeah,
So you know how recently, I think I have a theory, a game theory about why this is happening. Two reasons. One, both of them have to do with money, but also one of them has to do with pride. So, like you said, Slippy basically allows you to play with barely any latency, right, or to that
yeah,
effect, right? You know, Nintendo, like just recently, well, not recently, in recent years, right? Like the past, I don't know, 3 years, maybe 4, I don't know. After the Switch came out, they said, okay, we're gonna do Nintendo Online. We're gonna have an online service like uh PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, right?
mm-hmm,
To be quite frank with you, Nintendo Online is from multiple reports that's been asked garbage, the absolute worst thing imaginable,
mm-hmm,
right? I mean, they've gotten better for the most part. It still doesn't hold a candle to the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live,
yeah,
right? So here's what I think. So you said Slippy once again,
mm-hmm,
Slippy, right? It allows you to play with multiple players online from all corners of the world, right? So think about this, right? Nintendo, one primarily, this could be about money because this like various other companies that they want to be able to control. I don't want to say control, yeah, control players and control what they do with their product and how they use it, right? So even though it seemingly is an old property, it's still Smash. They know it can make money. They know it can it can generate revenue for them, right? They, especially when it comes to like esports and tournament, how popular they are nowadays, especially with the Smash community being as large and powerful as it is, right? So they shut them down. They did a cease and desist on them because they wanted control. They want to flex their muscles a little bit. They want to say, "Hey, you can't do this without us. You can't do this without our uh, hand in it." You know. Another thing could be about pride, right? Nintendo, like I said before, has ass online features, ass garbage, right? So how to have some some service, some uh sense of what's the word? Some sense of this thing, this entity that rivals something that they have, that something that they something that they preside over that's doing better than them at what they do. It's not even what they do best, mind you, but it's something that they do, simply do. Possibly the bare minimum, but that's not the point. How would you feel being being the head of Nintendo, right? And somebody coming in, bursting in the door like, "Hey, this is Slippy, Slippy. This online service is able to connect people uh all across the world from all countries, right? And they're doing better than us. You know the main demographic is Smash players. The thing that we made, how would that make you feel? Would you be enraged? Would you be frustrated? Would you be like, what the fuck? Why are they doing better than us? And they're doing it for free, possibly. I don't know.
yeah, they are, and I would not feel upset, enraged, or frustrated. And
If you were
and to
the CEO,
I want you to continue because I'm about to debunk your whole theory real quick. Go ahead.
if you were in charge of online development, you're specifically in charge of Nintendo Online. How would you feel knowing that one of the largest properties, one of the most well-known worldwide properties that you own. Your job is supposed to is you're supposed to talk about Nintendo Online, why it's a great service, why it's the best in the business, why every Nintendo fan should use this and pay money for this service. You're getting bested.
You know why this doesn't apply? Because
Why?
this is for a 10-year-old. This is for an almost 20-year-old game. This is for a game that came out on the GameCube. Unless,
So you're
unless,
asking why? Say
unless.
what you're asking is why would we care?
No, I'm not asking that at all. I'm asking. No, I'm saying that that's not relevant to this point because the point you're talking about is what they're doing now with the Switch. Unless they're housing older games from older consoles, then I don't see the relevancy here.
Wait, so let me do some research right quick. Let's see what we can
And
buy.
also, to get, are you done or should I debunk your theories now?
I'm doing some research. So continue with your rebuttal.
Okay, so to debunk all your theories of maybe it's money, maybe it's pride. Well, firstly, they've been doing this shit since Smash 4. Since Smash Brothers Wii and Wii U, whatever, whichever one it was. Brawl. They've been doing this shit since then. Where they was talking about running
Mhm.
tournaments and running shit and doing whatever, and then they didn't say shit else about it to where it just faded away. It's not the first time, it's not the first game. Nintendo just doesn't fuck with the competitive community like that. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did a tournament or whatnot. They sponsored a tournament for Smash 4. But with a lot of the shit that's come out recently, there's a lot of times where, tournament houses and whatnot are just like, hey, they went the right way. They went the right route. They talked to Nintendo and whatnot, talked about having, tournaments, Nintendo licensing them and whatnot, doing all this and that. But Nintendo was just like, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. It's like, let's say it like this, right? It's like
Mhm.
it's like you having a good conversation with a girl you just met, right? Y'all texting and
Yes.
whatnot. You say, okay, bet. So we can meet up. Da 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 da. Yeah. And she replies, yeah, let's do it. You're like, okay, so when? And then she ghosts you, and she never responds at all.
Mhm.
That's essentially what happens with Nintendo and the tournament houses, right? This has been happening for
Okay.
mad long. Been happening for mad years. Okay, so
Okay.
even now, so that's the reason why I don't think it's a thing with money. And secondly, the person that made Slippy, he did this for free. He did this of his own volition. He did it. He did it because he loved the game so much. He
I have a
never
question.
charged anybody for it. He
I have a
yes.
question. You know what doesn't make any sense to me?
What?
And even though I said this question is kind of like a weird ass question slash statement
Yeah.
scenario, but you know what doesn't make any sense to
What?
me? Why is that when Nintendo back in the day they had like actual like real life like tournaments and shit back in the day, like hella tournaments for college students for like regular ass
When?
people, etc. etc. They had like
When?
various college
When did Nintendo have tournaments? There's been a lot
in
of
the
there's been
nineties.
a lot of grassroots tournaments, yes, but when did Nintendo have tournaments? Nintendo,
No, I mean like official.
there have been few and far between. If anything, they really try to put that emphasis on Splatoon and the Arms community. But respect to Splatoon too, because they was riding right with
Okay,
it.
yeah, I remember. I remember. Okay, it was called the Nintendo World Championships.
And what games was that? How long ago was that?
Yeah, uh, they did one, and they did the first one was in 1990, and they came back and did it in 2015 and 2017. Yeah,
You heard the dates you just
So
said,
they
right?
did
You heard the
what?
dates you just said, right?
Yeah, the 90s and then 2015, 2017.
Everything else outside of that has been grassroots community, bro. The Street Fighter tournament
On
scene.
hold on, wait a second. On August 8th, 2017, Nintendo of America announced the return of the Nintendo World Championships. Qualifying rounds took place on August 19th, 2017 through September 10th,
You're
2017.
saying the same shit.
Yeah.
You're
So
saying the same shit.
What am I saying?
You're saying that they did a tournament on 2017. We already know this. You already said that. I'm saying that
I know what am I saying?
what I am saying is that every
Yes.
community, every fighting game community, when it comes to Nintendo, has been grassroots. Not fighting game, but like
Okay.
every community that's competitive for Nintendo has been grassroots. To be fair, that's mostly Smash. That's mostly
I
Smash.
mean, you're right.
Smash Brothers Melee,
You're right, but it's what I'm
Smash
saying.
Brothers Brawl. They did have some. Nintendo did do a tournament or two for Smash Brothers Brawl. I think that's the ones you're talking about. But outside of that,
I know.
nothing.
What I'm saying is that what I don't understand is that multiple times, clearly multiple times, Nintendo has interest in holding uh gaming tournaments and holding yeah, that's basically what I'm saying, game tournaments. They're interested in doing that.
Yeah,
I just don't know why they don't do that shit more. Why is it so much contention
that's
between the Smash community and
bro.
Nintendo? Like
That's what
like
I'm saying.
if this doesn't make any sense.
That's
Like if 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 the fans have to go out of their way multiple times doing this shit because they love the game and they love the community, why hasn't Nintendo said, "Hey, we're gonna embrace you, Smash community. We're gonna we're gonna host tournaments with you in mind. We're gonna have you guys. We're gonna have a cash prize, a prize pool for tournaments, etc., etc. Like, why not give back to the community?
my point.
Why not?
My point and every other Smasher's point. Fucking exactly. Like either what the fuck is the point? Like I was watching Omni's videos on this shit, and it's pretty much like, yo, why is Nintendo is legit fence sitting. They're literally like, okay, no, we'll shut this down. At the same time, we're not saying that we don't want any competitive events at all. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Cause legitimately, right? Like you just said, like with the whole Slippy shit, right? They try to come up with some bullshit saying that this was some illegally obtained copies of the game. That's not true. They literally bought the games that they're using to play in tournaments. They bought the game. You have to buy the game and use that Slippy to be able to have on the game, on the base game, not a modded version. Not a pirated version, not an illegally obtained version, a legitimate version. Yet they're trying to pull some bullshit like that. Firstly. Secondly, I don't get why they don't fucking work with the Smash community. That is so much money. This game has been running for 19 years. If fucking Blizzard had a goddamn game that was running for 19 years this fucking strong, you better fucking believe. You better fucking believe. They're right there every step of the goddamn way. Every step of the fucking way. How strong the Melee community is? How big the Melee community is? Come on, son. Come on now. You gotta be fucking. You know how much money that can still generate and make? People still watch it. People still play it. People invest their time, energy, sweat, and tears into this game. This 19-year-old game, bro. Like, and they're just out here they're literally out here stopping this shit, trying to shut it down, cut it off, and at the worst time ever. It's not just the fact that they're doing this. They're doing this during a fucking pandemic where people can't be next to each other. They're doing this at the worst possible fucking time ever. Ever. Like, like it's that shit that just baffles me so fucking, like, why? And then it's like, it's one thing of like, okay, you don't like it, so just let them be, let them do their shit. No, you're not gonna even let them be. You're gonna shut down this shit. They fundraise money, they get their own shit. They just say, nah, fuck that, y'all not doing anything at all, shut it down, cease and desist. What the fuck? What in the ever loving hell?
I'm not gonna lie. I understand the frustration, because let me tell you something. Right? Something similar happened to Fusion Fall.
Wait. I'm sorry, bro. Hold on. Before you get to that point, because I know it's about to be a good point, I just want to also iterate and also say that Nintendo is petty as shit, because whenever Splatoon had their fucking tournament, a few of the team names had hashtag free melee in it. And you know what Nintendo did? They stopped streaming the fucking tournament. Because they had the fucking hashtag in the shit. Like, but yeah, continue on. Fusion Fall, OG. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, it was a grassroots community who wanted Fusion Fall back after Fusion Fall and the spin-off Fusion Fall Heroes that went off marching up his website, right? So they built that shit from the ground up, using all original shit to remake that game. I waited years for that game. Ever since I was in high school, I waited years for that game to go into beta, to become an official game. I think last year, earlier this year, I don't remember. It's time to blur this together at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They got a cease and desist from Cartoon, effectively shutting down their game. Cartoon Network. It's a whole different story from video game developers and television networks. But I just want to know, what is your problem? What is your problem? What is your problem with?
My thing is, right?
None of this makes sense. Why? None of this makes sense. Because if in the movie industry, if in the TV industry, if in other forms of media, people are saying, hey, nostalgia. We get hella remakes and reboots all the fucking time. But when it comes to video games, when it comes to older properties, why won't you support that shit? People are out here saying, hey, I'll support Smash. I'll host tournaments. I'll fucking resurrect a whole fucking game from the dead.
For free. You're not paying me shit. I'm not getting paid for shit.
For free. Just so the people that want the game back are happy and can play the games that they so desperately want to come back for years. And me being one of those people.
Yeah. And for any...
What is it about...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What is it about for you? What is it about for you that you won't jump on this decision, that you won't jump and make this a money-making success?
Bro, like you don't have to do shit.
You already have intellectual property. You already have the people that are making this project, that are forming these tournaments for free. Out of their, what, I don't say wasting their time, but putting in their hard-earned time and effort to do this, surely because of the love of the game. And you say no. Fuck that. Why are y'all doing that?
Yo, fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck that potential money I could have had, I could have used, and I could have gained for having that shit. Yeah, exactly. And for anybody that's like, oh, why the fuck you complaining? It's just a game. If you're so upset about it, just go play another game. First of all, bitch, shut the fuck up. Cause I want you to devote your life to some shit. Being great at it. Being world renowned. or at least known in a very large region. I want you to work at some shit for a good portion of life, right? Be great at it. Get recognition for it. Be the best of the fucking best, right? And then all of a sudden, everything you've been working for is now null and void. Any nigga that does fucking judo to the point he's a black belt and he's world renowned. Okay, now imagine that there was no more judo tournaments. Now imagine that nobody gives a fuck anymore. That like everything that you did to earn your fucking revenue is now taken away. Shit you put time and effort and years into fucking faded away. Like that. Like, and I don't know why. I think I bring up judo because I remember Joe Rogan talking about some shit like that. It was you put hours into judo, or like you put hours into a martial art or something like that. You know, you can get something back from that. You know, real life or da 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 da. I'm like, the principle, like when it comes to this shit, I want you to understand. For some people, this is their job. This is their livelihood. They practice. They put hours in to be able to do this shit. Just like how musicians put in hours to be able to write songs, record songs, sing songs, get it sent to mix and master, having to pay for all this shit, having to have people to be able to help them fucking promote, not only promote, but also have venues to be able to set up to get your shit from point A to point B, to get to the venue, be on time, do a performance, make sure the performance is good. Then you have to get off the fucking stage and go to the next performance and do this shit. The way musicians, the way fucking actors, the way fucking blue collar jobs, the way IT technicians, like the way all of these people work, they have to put in a lot of work to get where the fuck they are. I want you to understand, just like for IT, for niggas in IT, for niggas that code and shit, you have to learn an entire fucking coding language. You have to learn an entirely different fucking language just to be able to code. Okay? There's different fucking languages too. Just like there is in the world that we live in, there's different codes. I want you to understand, if you put in all your time, all your effort, all your time, effort, and everything, and it's a viable fucking way to earn money, and it's something that you love, and it's something that you enjoy, why the fuck not are you gonna go for it? And you're fucking great at it. Why the fuck not are you gonna go for it? So, for anybody who's like, hey, this is a video game, why don't you do something different? Firstly, these motherfuckers invested time, energy, and are getting money from this shit. It's a viable source of income. Secondly, thirdly, somebody tell you something that you've been good at, something you've been doing all your life, is something that you're greatly known for. Everything that's known, that you're fucking known for. You tell them to stop doing it. Everything that brought you money from before doing that shit, yeah, no longer exists now. You telling them that, and you expect them not to fucking get pissed. You fire somebody right now. You don't expect them to get pissed. Come on, son. Use common sense. Common sense ain't common to everybody, but apparently, I just gotta bring that up because it's like, because some people will conflict the two, like, oh, it's just a video game. No, nigga, this is their livelihood. This is how they eat. This is how they put food in their mouths. That's how they put food in their families' mouths. This is how they live. I want you to. I need y'all to understand that, because some niggas get it twisted. Yeah, but yeah, it still just pisses me off that Nintendo's doing this shit, bro.
Disney is the best when it comes to weaponizing nostalgia for them.
Oh yeah, cease and desist out the ass.
No, I mean, think about it like this, right? Nickelodeon, people are clamoring to bring back the '90s shows to show them back on television.
Yeah.
Right? Nickelodeon approved various avenues, right? They did the not Nick and Night. Yeah, let's start like Nick Black, yeah. Right? And then they also had this channel on Verve called Nick Splat, yeah. Right? But it's run now because the deal dried. But they're still doing Nick Splat. They're still holding like old programming, like Are You Afraid of the Dark, and Nickel, and Rugrats, and all that shit. Still doing that shit.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network, what does it do? But you can't even say Boomerang.
No.
Can't even get that. Once the time it was Boomerang.
Nah, but then they just like.
But now it's just.
Cause to be fair, Boomerang is Boomerang is
I
for
would.
old
I'm not gonna
shows.
lie.
And to be fair, that channel is
I'm not
dead
gonna
as
lie.
shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to do a whole video, a whole podcast episode about secondary children's channels because those are graveyard channels, bro.
Bro.
Nick, nigga, Nicktoons, and possibly Team Nick, because that's a whole nother
Yeah, that's a
conversation.
whole nother conversation.
But fucking Nicktoons, Disney XD, Boomerang, graveyards, graveyards for dead shows.
Bro. Like,
I literally can talk about fucking C.H. Rimblad, the creator of Flapjack and Chowder. How when he went over to Nickelodeon to do Harvey Beaks, how they did him so fucking wrong.
I don't even know none of that
They
shit.
did him so fucking wrong. But yeah, like I really could talk about how Disney XD is. I already have a guest in mind for that whole episode. That I think
Got you.
that's all.
Write that shit down. Write that shit down.
Let me get my fucking sticky notes app up right quick.
Yeah, like it's just that like that shit fucking it fucking baffles me how like tone deaf and like you could not have chosen a worse fucking time to do this bullshit. It's one thing you do like okay, like we just have if we can't use Slippy some shit. Okay, bet we'll just use the regular shits because we can do that. We're in a fucking pandemic. We're in a we can't be around each other like that. Like we can't. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, it just baffles me. Like why they just said, "Yo, fuck all this shit. Let's just not make money off of this. Off of a game that we already made damn near 20 years ago." Why not make money? Why? What? You ask an artist now if he still want to make money, if he would still want to make bank off a song he made 20 fucking years ago. You ask fucking, in case y'all niggas probably don't, I don't know if y'all niggas know this, but you ask fucking Kumo D, how about this? You ask Grandmaster Flash if he still want to make bank off of fucking "Don't Push Me, Cause I'm Close to the Edge." I bet you was gonna say yeah. Cause why not? Why would you not want to make more money off that? Why would you not want to make money off of old property that you already have? And to the fact that you have people that love this community so fucking much. So fucking much to the point that they are willing to invest their own time, their own energy to make a product that makes your game better online. When you have a notorious history of being shit online. Like it doesn't like make it make sense. Make it make sense. And at the same time too, like Nintendo shut down like a Smash Collegiate League, saying that like they're gonna shut it down for now and that they'll bring back another tournament in the spring. With Nintendo's track, yeah, and that's for Smash Ultimate. That's for Smash Ultimate. Collegiate, mind you, is for college students and high school students who are actually getting into Smash and getting into it competitively, right? So it's one thing like, okay, yeah, they're shutting it down, they're gonna start their own. But I want y'all to understand, Nintendo has done this shit plenty of times in the past where they talk to fucking tournament houses. Like I said prior, they talk to tournament houses about doing tournaments. The shit fell through because Nintendo fucking ghosted them. Or just completely fucking left the deal altogether. They try to go the right way, the right route by getting Nintendo themselves. Nintendo's like, okay, cool, sounds good. Then you know what? No, I'm gonna disappear. Just gonna. They went ghost. Okay. It just baffles me so fucking much, bro. So fucking much, right? Oh, speaking of shit that baffles me, is there anything else you want to say on this point before we go to something else?
I mean, no, not well. I want Fusion Fall. I know. It seems like it might be it for Fusion Fall, but I hope it comes back. It fight better. I hope it finds a way back and resurrects itself to be like the Phoenix Rise from the ashes, to become something even better than what we thought before. Because honestly, Fusion Fall was that game. Fusion Fall was that game. For those of you who don't know, Fusion Fall was it was set in the Cartoon Network universe where every show that you saw on Cartoon Network at the time, Ben 10, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Samurai Jack, Megas XLR,
Foster's
etc.,
Home, yeah,
etc.
all that shit.
The Foster's Home, the Powerpuff Girls, Billy and Mandy, etc., etc. All of them exist in the same universe. So, Planet Fusion, right? They want to invade the Cartoon Network universe, right? Earth. So Dexter and a bunch of other Cartoon Network heroes, they fought valiantly, but they realized they couldn't do it on their own by themselves, right? So they send kids into the past, right? To go back to the past to defeat to defeat different fusions which are copies of your iconic Cartoon Network heroes like Benton, the Powerpuff Girls, and Ed and Eddie, etc., right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you defeat them, you get little nanos, right, which are basically the, the basically a good version of the fuse monsters, right? Like little Pokemon, if you will, but of course you never characters,
Yeah.
right? They fight alongside you, they aid you through special abilities that they can help give you along the way. You have up to three in your arsenal at one time. They can help you run fast, heal, uh, jump higher, etc., etc. It's a really great idea. It's really cool. I hope it goes back. I hope that it comes back better than ever because I feel like this would be a great game in the modern day. It would be a great fucking game.
Yeah. I just imagine it's just hilarious the thought of me having a nanite of Courage the Cowardly Dog or whatnot. I'm in the fight. Courage like,
That is possible. Also, you're able to get various Ben 10 aliens,
yes.
including 10-year-old Ben himself and I think like 16-year-old Ben.
Yeah.
It's really fucking cool. I miss that game so fucking much. Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of characters and you know enjoying them and trying to bring them in or anybody else using or talking about characters, you see that fucking Tom Tillis is trying to bring forth an act that will essentially make it illegal. That will essentially make DMCA illegal, if you will. So essentially, if you don't have the authorization from the people that own the property, trademark, whatever, directly, you can't use it. And if you do, you're subject to go to fucking jail. You're subjected to go to fucking jail. At a minimum of 5 years. Right? So it just fucking
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. I'm listening.
So if anything, I actually want to pull up the video I watched that let me know this information, and I want to read to you what he read to me.
But I really do think that this, I promise you, yo, I promise you, this is going to be fucking, I won't say shit, but like, this is ridiculous. This is stupid. I really hate it. People don't, the people in government don't know what they're talking about. They don't understand what is at stake here. They really don't. I just really hope that Tom Tillis makes the right decision. I really hope, how, I genuinely hope, because this is going to affect both of us. This is going to affect other content creators, other streamers, other people who do shit in video games, involving video games, etc., etc. I promise you,
Matter of fact,
this is not going to work.
let me read this shit to you, right?
All right.
Shit. Here we go. Okay, so prohibited act. It shall be unlawful to willingly and for purposes of commercial advantage or private financial gain offer to the public a digital transmission service that is primarily designed or provided for the purpose of publicly performing works protected under Title 17 by means of digital transmission without the authority of a copyright owner or the law. Has no commercially significant purpose or use other than the publicly performed works protected under Title 17 by means of digital transmission without the authority of copyright holder or law. Is intentionally marketed by or at the direction of that person to promote its use in publicly performing works protected under Title 17 by means of digital transmission without the authority of the copyright holder. So essentially, what that means is that it is unlawful to use anything that is already trademarked or copyright without their permission, as I said prior. Which means that even if you use a SpongeBob meme, you're liable to get fucking arrested. If you get fucking rickrolled, you're liable to be fucking arrested. Penalties. Any person who violates Section Sub B shall be, in addition to any penalties provided for under Title 17 that or any other law, fined under this title, imprisoned but not more than 3 years or both. So I was wrong about the 5 years. Apparently it's 3 years. 3 years.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
3 years, you can be fucking arrested. For fucking DMCA. Like this shit is... I want to tell y'all should go watch some Ordinary Gamers video on this. He goes through the law and he talks about this he reads through it in a lot more detail. Bro, it's like...
Here's what I think. I think this is ridiculous. I think this is stupid. I think this has gone too far. Most of the times this year and last year, and probably a year before that, the government has been coming for people who are streamers and content creators, trying to put laws in place to limit how much access we have to make content, essentially. It's gone too far, man. They don't need to put us in jail just because we use like a SpongeBob meme or music from a certain artist is in our stream. People don't come to stream to listen to music. People come to stream, well unless you're like DJing and shit. But people don't come to streams when it comes to gaming and like talking and just chatting and shit. People don't come to streams to listen to music. People come to streams to listen to the person, to the person that is doing the chatting, that is playing the games, etc., etc.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. The term "work being prepared for commercial public performance" means a computer program, a musical work, a motion picture, or other audio-visual work.
So does that mean we can't stream anymore?
That means whenever you that means that video games are quite possibly liable for this shit. Quite possibly liable, because at the same time that's a computer program because you're playing it on PC.
I mean, I can't stream anymore.
I mean that under this definition, you are liable to get fucked.
If I stream at all, in general.
Okay, look. Because this is the definition for when I said commercially, like, commercial, works being prepared for commercial public performance, as I said earlier. A computer program, a musical work, motion picture, or other audiovisual work, or a sound recording, if at the time unauthorized public performance. Under I, the copyright holder has a reasonable expectation of commercial public performance, and the copies or phono records of the work have not been commercially publicly performed in the U.S. by or with the authorization of the copyright owner. And same thing for motion pictures. Yeah. So essentially, the wording is so fucking vague. A computer program can mean so much shit. to be fair, because at the same time, a computer program can mean so much shit. You don't code, you code games using computers. Technically, a video game is a computer program, even if it doesn't run on a computer. And especially if you play it on PC. Like, they say that this, okay, so they say the intention is more so to use it for, those other websites that essentially just stream. Nigga, you got a whole fucking jug of Minute Maid? You can't use a glass, nigga?
Oh no, water. It's water. I saved this shit, and now I put water in it.
Hey, you are a different nigga, but hey, recycling, it matters. But
Saving trees.
But yeah, the point is that, like, not only does this act, law, whatever, not only does it already, incite jail time for shit like that.
Yeah.
But the wording is so vague that anything could technically fall under it. That a lot of shit can fall under it. Computer programs, that verbiage is so vague. Computer programs, again, could mean PC programs itself. It could mean the shit that you use to stream. It could mean fucking the shit that you stream on it. It could mean the fucking video game, quite possibly even the music in the game. It's a possibility. Again, like Muda said. If I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. But the fact of the matter is that there is a law that could possibly fuck over anybody that uses any type of copyrighted work, even if it's transformative. Because the fact of the matter is, it didn't exclude whether or not if it was transformative or not. It's specifically talking about, like, it didn't exclude it at all. Because at the same time, mind you, even on YouTube, a point he also brought up, you play a song for 10 seconds of a 10-minute video. Claim the entire video. They get all the money from it, everything like that. Even though you are the one that only put in 10 seconds of a 10-minute video. It's not significant enough to actually carry along the entire video. So why are you getting all the profits? That's a question that I always have. But at the same time, the way it works, they're able to do that shit. Unless you dispute it with a legal team, which involves money that a lot of common people don't have, especially small creators like us. So this really just fucks over so many people. But at the same time, people have livings off of YouTube. And people, like whenever I do YouTube, I have a reference to something. I have a joke or two. And I may have a reference to something else that's already a copyrighted work. Like a SpongeBob meme. Or a meme with something like even it could be a sports meme. Like, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that, like, this is not only damaging to fucking streamers and shit like that. This is damaging to the common person. This is damaging to people who like memes. This is damaging to people who enjoy the internet culture as it is. Like, the fact of the matter is that, like, if this is the case, then people can literally be arrested for throwing in a joke, a reference to something. You can't use the Office memes no more. You can't use SpongeBob memes no more. You can't use anything like that unless you're willing to face jail time. Fucking jail time. And this doesn't even say, and if this passes, I don't even know if it's passed or not, but let's say if this passes, right, and they say subsequent fucking offenses. Does that also mean that they're going to backtrack and go back to shit you already done? And then go through all this shit? Because if that's the case, then people are liable to spend the rest of their fucking life in jail for fucking DMCAs. Like, you see how ridiculous this shit can get?
Honestly.
Because they said a subsequent or second offense can lead you up to 10 years. Mind you,
honestly,
most of YouTubers, most of people talk about shit that's either relevant, public knowledge, popular fucking culture, TV celebrities, all this shit. And, like, they can legit be facing, like, so much jail time if this shit is actually in place and put retroactively as well.
Yo, honestly, just to be on fun up, for most content creators, right? Especially since this is a fairly new profession. It usually takes about like 10 years to get to a place, or maybe even less, since more and more people are on the internet now.
Like,
It it takes a long time for you to get to a place where you can make this a career, for you to actually live off
yeah,
the completionist, black nerd
like
comedy,
it takes a lot to.
etc., etc. They've taken 10 plus years. It's taken 10 plus years to get to where they're at now. To be able to live off of what they've made. Marquez Brownlee, Lamar Wilson, etc., etc. The Black Oak game,
Dashy.
RDC World War, Dash. Took them a long ass time to get to where they are now. And all that could if this bill passed, all that go away like that jail time.
Yeah, because even on because even on Dashy's like so Dashy specifically, even like on his Mortal Kombat shit, the fact that he even has Mortal Kombat characters, we don't know if that's fucking liable because that's a copyrighted fucking that's a copyrighted thing.
This is dumb. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't even this being a content creator shouldn't be.
And the thing about it too, the shit that also baffles me too is that like if this shit passes, then Nintendo is gonna have a fucking field day.
Yes, they will.
Nintendo's gonna have a field day. Disney's gonna have a fucking field day.
Game theory. Gone.
Fucking done.
Destroyed. Obliterated.
Fucking like no film theory. Film theory. They literally did like episodes on like the most like what Disney fucking show had the most fucking kills. Disney movie had the most fucking kills. Like
that was a great.
It was a great episode. But yeah, the fact of the matter is that there's so much implication because there is no definite verbiage. Like there is no like nothing to say. And if you think like, oh, it's just streamers, I don't have anything to worry about. I want you to understand that Instagram has already started cracking down when it comes to people using copyrighted music. When people use like actually like fucking copyrighted music, fucking Instagram has thrown goddamn ban hammer on that shit, especially in recent months.
And don't even get me started. TikTok is gonna fall.
Oh my gosh!
With everybody is going to jail.
No. That's the thing, though. That's the thing about TikTok. TikTok has actually partnered with some of these like places to be able to actually like legally have this music out on their platform. So TikTok will be fine.
Okay.
But I'm saying that for the common person, it's like the thing about it is that they don't make it specific enough to where it's like, because even Muda was like, yo, I've looked through it. I have not seen where there's like an amendment for like streamers or whatnot to be specifically adhering or specifically talking to them. So if anything, it applies across the board. Like the fact that a nigga could literally go to jail for getting rickrolled or rickrolling somebody is fucking crazy to me. Like the thing that also baffles me is that like, because our roommate brought this up. You know that Tillis don't know shit about this. You know Tillis don't fucking... This nigga's in his 60s.
He just wants to get real like...
Because at the same time, it baffles me how like motherfuckers that are like so... Who don't fucking care. Who are not into the internet at all. Control and dictate so much shit about the internet. I want you to understand, right? Tom Tillis is in the 60s. Ruby Bridges. You know Ruby Bridges, right?
Yeah, I do.
Ruby Bridges.
Yeah, I do.
Explain to the people who Ruby Bridges is.
Okay, so let me get this straight, right? So Ruby Bridges was the little girl that I'm trying to remember because I know
yes.
She was a little girl who helped what's it called? desegregate schools.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was one of the first black girls to go to a desegregated school.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I want you to understand.
Well, I'm not okay. Well, hold
What?
on. Wait a second. I just want to get the timeline correct, right? So, because I get them very often, I get them confused with the Little Rock Nine, who also
No,
help
no, 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 no.
desegregate schools.
Different things.
I know they're not. I, I know they're not the same event because the Little Rock Nine were in like high school and shit. But did Ruby Bridges go like after the desegregation act was like passed, or was it like during that time?
She was one of the first, if not the first, like black child to go to a desegregated school. And the Little Rock Nines, when they got, wasn't that the one that got bombed in like fucking Georgia?
No, the Little Rock Nine.
Not Georgia. I mean fucking Arkansas.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Birmingham. Yeah, Little Rock Nine was the non-African American students enrolled in Little Rock Central High School in 1957. It followed the Little Rock crisis, in which the students were initially prevented from entering the racist segregated
Oh,
school
okay, yeah. Okay.
by yeah. And Ruby Bridges was in
Yeah, first
1960.
yeah,
Yeah.
first African
Oh,
American child to
two different events. Okay.
desegregate
So,
in all white
so
school.
the
That's but essentially, right?
so the
So
so the Little Rock Nine was in 1957. Ruby Bridges uh was in she was the first African American child to desegregate the all white William Francis Elementary School in Louisiana during the New Orleans school desegregation crisis on November 14th, 1960. So it was threes apart.
yeah, okay. The reason why
That's
I
all I'm
bring up
understanding.
Ruby Bridges, right? I want you to
Mm-hmm.
understand something. Tom Tillis is in the 60s. You know how old Ruby Bridges
Yeah.
is?
She is. Hold on.
I got you. I can save you all the trouble. She's
She's
60.
66 years old.
She's fucking 66.
She looks great
That's
for
what
her age.
I know. But my point is that motherfuckers that were alive and witnessed fucking Ruby Bridges are the ones still making the fucking laws on us in the internet. I want you to understand the amount of disconnect. The motherfuckers who put copper in place. They don't know how to log into their fucking AOLs. They don't know how to log into Hotmails.
Remember AOL.
And the fact that I said
I
AOL, I'm using AOL to further exemplify the fact that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know shit.
Facts.
They don't know shit of the current culture of the internet. They don't know shit of the internet.
Facts.
If you can't log in to a if you can't log in to a Hotmail, if you can't log into an Outlook, if you can't log into a fucking Gmail, you do not need to dictate what the fuck is going on in the internet. If you don't know how to log into a fucking Yahoo that's been around since fucking AOL.
If you don't know how to Google shit.
Like if you don't know how to use the internet, you should not be the authoritarian figure on the fucking internet. You should not be
Facts.
you should not be what decides what goes and what doesn't go. You don't understand it. So why the fuck do you control it? That's like me earning the kingdom. That's like me being the next in line, being the heir to a fucking Scandinavian fucking to the Scandinavian throne. I don't know shit about it, so why would I be a fit leader to be able to tell them what the fuck is going on? Mind you.
Yeah, you don't know their culture and customs.
Exactly. And mind you.
The same.
And mind you, the difference between that analogy and them is that they're not willing to fucking learn. They're set in their fucking ways. Again, these are niggas in their 70s and 80s. They are old as shit.
And just talk about that generation, okay? The generation that's in their 60s, I think, aren't they baby boomers?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so baby boomers, like, the worst part about the baby boomer generation is how they just, their focus on, what's going on, product. They're focused on, what's the word? I know it, profit.
Mm-hmm.
They're focused on profit. versus like just the integrity of the thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of shit. That's why I don't like that attitude. I don't like that
But
attitude.
my whole point is that like these are people that are disconnected from the current ways of the world making laws to affect how we fucking live. This, you know what this shit reminds me of?
Oh, I know that.
This shit reminds me of I
But
forgot who I forgot what position he had. He was the head of some shit, but it was whatever the fuck his name was. You know what I'm talking about?
you're talking about, yeah, I know you're talking about this. The privacy. You're talking about the privatization of the internet, right?
Yes.
And the views behind that because
Yes.
they were trying to make the internet have to have like a certain provide like how basically turn the internet and how we have cable
Yes.
providers. How that be that the exact same shit and it's stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. Hold on, pause. I just want to say privatizing different websites, different individual websites by a service provider is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. Sure, it might make you a fuck ton of money, but this is the most ridiculous. I am not going to go out of my way to get multiple service providers just so I can access various websites.
I want you to understand, right? If that shit ever
That's
did fucking
dumb.
pass,
That's ridiculous. That's stupid. That's unnecessary. That's why would
'cause I want you to understand,
why
right? If that shit ever
why
did pass, like the internet is so is very rebellious. It doesn't give a fuck about you. Like oh, you want to play that game? I bet you will see so many fucking website developers you have never seen in your goddamn life. Niggas that used to be mechanics now they're fucking website designers. Like you will see such an influx of websites and the creation of that shit. Like, bro, and also it's like shit, because that shit was that yeah, because that shit fucking threw me for a fucking loop. And also fucking Article 13, remember that
yeah
shit when they actually make it fucking
yeah
like you couldn't use memes or anything like that or shit like again, motherfuckers that don't understand it, don't understand shit, are trying to construct and deconstruct and reconstruct how the fuck it is that we fucking operate on the internet. Like,
you know what would be a scary thought
what?
if by the time we got their age and they all just died and shit and we tried the and we instead of trying to fight back and trying to repeal all the stuff they did to try to fuck the internet up, we just said, okay, well that's tradition. That's something that we can't really like undo.
Nah.
And we we our parents and the people before us just made shit worse.
Because
That would suck.
the thing about this generation, right? This generation, like every other generation before it, had to pick up the bullshit from the generations prior. One cool thing about this fucking generation is that we're so fucking connected. And because we're so connected, shit like the music industry has not been able to run that same gamut of bullshit that they've been able to run for the past however many years, right? Because like it's like as recent as the 2000s, right? Recent the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever niggas got a 360 deal, they just got a 360 deal, which means they got fucked. All damn near all the money that they got was the advance, and even then, that shit dries up quick. Every other bit of money, all the other revenue and shit goes to pay everybody else. Everybody else. Like they can use their likenesses and shit. Like I don't know if I mentioned it before on the podcast, but like when I said like remember fucking Def Jam Fight for New York?
Yeah.
Joe Budden, he said on his podcast and whatnot, Joe Budden doesn't get paid for that. Whenever a sale of that shit's made, he doesn't get paid for his likeness. That's how fucked he was. Like, shit like that. The fact that we're all so connected has allowed for the advent and the rise of the independent artists. It has allowed the growth of so many independent, like let's say 2000s, right? The independent artist was far and few between that got like wide recognition. Due to the internet, we have independent artists like fucking Tech Nine, Hobson. There's so many fucking independent artists. Like fucking
Not only that, but just niggas who are just up and coming can just like do that shit in the basement.
like there's so much shit that we can like there's so many fucking artists like fucking Freddie Gibbs. Like there's so many fucking artists, like great artists that are able to just blow up and able to sustain a base, a fucking fan base. So many fucking independent artists, and you're able to have independent labels and shit like that. Like instead of just the four main fucking labels and their subsidiary and their subsidiaries. You know one thing that fucking threw me for a loop when I fucking found out? You know, what? Top Dog Entertainment is an independent label, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't fucking know that shit. Maybe that's common knowledge, but like that's an independent label.
You did?
No, I didn't know there was an independent label. I thought it was maybe a subsidiary of one of the four major labels. Because Dreamville is not an independent label. It's a subsidiary of another label.
Of what label?
It's through because Dreamville's under Def Jam and Def Jam's under I forgot which company specifically, but it's one of the four major ones. But like
Sony.
Or is it under Def Jam or Rockefeller? I think it's under Rockefeller. And I'm not sure if it's Sony because again, there's Universal Music Group, there's Sony Music Entertainment, there's fucking damn it,
Interscope.
Yeah, no Interscope. I think it's Interscope because I know Interscope also was like, no, I think Interscope was under somebody as well. I'm trying to remember because there was like the four main like mainstream labels.
Interscope is under Universal Music Group.
Huh?
I said Interscope is under Universal Music Group.
Yeah, I mean like even like big names are still under bigger names. Because that's the thing, though. It's like the four main like.
Yeah, Def Jam is under Universal Music Group too.
Def Jam, Rockefeller. Dreamville is a subsidiary of, I think it's Rockefeller, and Rockefeller's under Def Jam under fucking UMG. But the fact of the matter is that the reason why I bring all this up, and we might can get into it, talk about it a little bit later. But the reason why I bring all this up, even to talk about independent artists and music and all this shit, is to bring it back to the point that, well, firstly to your point of that I feel as though we will be different from our ancestors, even though every ancestor feel like that. But we have something that a lot of them didn't, and that's the connection to immediately talk to and be able to see the response and advent of people of our age and people under us. And even to go back even further than that, again, my point in saying all this is that like people that are disconnected are currently running what the fuck we're doing. Oh my goodness, it's just you know, it's just interesting. It is just very interesting to see people that don't understand the way the world is working, and they don't understand the way the world is working, and then try to impose their rules upon it. And just like our roommate said, anytime a person says you don't want to vote, this is what happens. Somebody will choose for you. But I'm not gonna get into that voting, avowing, whatever the fuck. I'm not gonna get into that shit right now. I'm not getting into that shit. My point is that we have to be able to, that we can't just allow all this shit to slide and all this shit to happen. Because in the past few years, they have really tried to change and hurt and fucking just control and manipulate the way the internet works. The internet.
I'm really glad that we've been fighting this shit, man. I'm really glad collectively we've been fighting this shit.
Bro, like,
and not change.
Bro, why is that like?
Because I like it being the Wild West, you know. I like it being.
No, it's not the Wild West anymore.
Wild West. I don't want to.
But like, it is. But it's like.
No, I just mean that that idea, that spirit of the Wild West, not like the literal.
No, I know, no,
It
no,
used to be like that, but it's not like that
no.
anymore.
I'm saying because like in the '90s, that '90s, early 2000s, that shit was the Wild West. That shit was out there.
I just
But
I just don't want like the internet to become gentrified
yeah, I don't want it to.
by the government.
It's like it's kind of like at the moment it seems like we're in the beginning of the famed Rome. You know, we're in the beginning of the great age. You know, of the internet. I just don't want it to be to where like people who don't understand shit coming in and taking over shit and ruling shit and then fucking shit up, right?
Yeah, I feel.
That's like that's like having that's like having that's like having somebody come in who doesn't look like us running HBCU.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I just want. I'm sorry. I had to bring it up. I had to talk about it. Our roommate wanted to hear us talk about it too. So
It's oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I don't want it to seem like I'm not interested in this topic because I'm very much am.
no, I know you are
I'm just
because I know we're both very
I,
much into the internet. You stream as well, Black Charlie Brown
yeah.
on Twitch.
know
You know,
you know
shameless plug. But yeah, you Twitch, you do Twitch, and I do YouTube. Two eyes
yeah.
on YouTube. But like on some real shit.
But yeah, like we both be streaming. You know, me on Twitch, him on YouTube.
Yeah, you know.
Like Charlie Brown, that's BLACKCHARLABRW on Twitch.
Yeah, and I am Two Eyes, the number two space, the letter I apostrophe S.
You know, you can check both of us out. You know, playing Rocket League and Warzone
that good shit. But
on Twitch.
the point is that like the fact that we're into it, we're interested into the culture. We're actually like we understand, like we love memes, like the fact that we're able to have an internet to where we can take the worst shit and make it funny, to where we're able to laugh at something that's horrible instead of just staying there and being somber about it the entire time.
Yeah, it's a great strength that we have.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's part of the reason.
I like that we're able to transform something. This our memes. I would love to.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how, or I just don't know how. But I want to make a video or like a video essay or like a YouTube or some
yeah,
shit, some content on just like the ridiculousness of memes and how we've gone from like bottom text here memes to like deep fried shit to like barely
yeah.
comprehensible shit. But
Memes
when you
have
look at it,
become
it's
their
so
own
funny.
culture, and it's very interesting to see. But at the same time, that's part of the reason why that's part of the reason why like comedy, and that's the reason why I fucking not revere. That's the reason why I love comedians so much, because they're able to take such horrible shit and make it funny. But again, that's another topic. Maybe that's another topic for another day. Maybe we can get into it. I'm not sure because I
Yeah,
personally look. One secret love of mine, right, is that I love stand up. I know you know, Black, but I'm telling the people, I love stand up.
they don't know.
Yeah,
They don't know.
I fucking love stand up, right? I love to laugh.
You know what I want to see? You know what
What
I
do you
want
want?
to see? On your YouTube channel,
What?
I would love to see you just like do videos like not a whole ass video essay, but just talking about comedy and just like why you love comedy so much and like especially stand up and just like the styles of like different comedians and shit like
Yeah,
that and just like why they're so unique and like special in their voice and shit like
yeah,
that. That'll be a really interesting video. I would love to watch from you.
cause that's the thing though, is that like comedy, like any other medium, has a variety. It has such a variety. Cause like I am a person that gets and still laughs at a lot of shit. Anything from like deep 3 level tier shit to fucking fart jokes. I still laugh at fucking fart jokes. I'm childish. Okay? I'm childish. So what? Sue me.
You know,
Don't actually
you
sue me.
know, you know,
Don't actually do that.
you know what two memes? You know what two memes? You know what two memes I'm thinking of in my head right
But
now? Did two Spanish memes. One is about it's about the coronavirus and like what dinosaurs lived during the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
So this smaller dinosaur is telling this big T Rex to wash his hands, and then the coronavirus like
Oh, I
as
remember
like
this meme. Yeah.
the yeah like the asteroid is coming closer and closer. And then this thing, and then this small dinosaur is like, "Wash your hands, wash your hands." He's like, I can't wash my hands. It's too small. I can't reach." And it's hilarious. Like the thing that makes it funnier is that in Spanish, it's in Spanish, and even though I know what they're saying. In English, it hits, but it doesn't hit as hard as it does in Spanish. It's just the little flavor that you put on that makes it so much funnier. It's hilarious.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, there's so much just like with memes, there's so much shit with comedy, right? There's very
Yeah.
lowbrow jokes. There's like fart jokes. There's comedians that are very very great at roasting, essentially taking what they see and picking it apart, right? There are comedians that are just like there are comedians that are just like fucking like that are very good
Good at
in
storytelling. Like,
movies, like movie comedians. Like Eddie Murphy is an amazing movie comedian. He's a great stand-up. Don't you dare think I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that he's a great movie comedian, right? Um, when it comes to like, there's comedians who are better off in skits, right? There are comedians who
yeah.
are great at stand-up, and even in stand-up has its own range. There's musicians that use music. There's musicians that do punchlines. There's musicians that tell
Like what
story.
I
They're
like.
not musicians. It's fucking
Yeah.
comedian. I'm sorry. Yeah. There's comedians that do music. There's comedians that tell stories. There's comedians that do punchlines, like a Seinfeld. There's comedians that just tell you real shit that happens to be funny. There's comedians that
You know what I like?
what?
I like comedians how whenever they tell a joke, they come back to the joke. Like
Yes, the fucking
I love those jokes. Whenever there's like a special, they start off with a joke, they come back to that joke once, like two, maybe three more times throughout the whole special. That shit is
my
hilarious.
man, I'm mad I can't think of the
The fact
term.
that one joke, the fact that that one joke can hold you over throughout multiple times and injected multiple times throughout various different stories or various different parts of the special. And every single time when that gets referenced, you still laugh.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, that's what we like. That's what in the comedy community they like to call a callback.
I fucking love
Yes,
callbacks, man.
to be able to take something and build upon it. It's like when rappers do like a double entendre. It's like whenever you're able to say something but also say something else under it at the same time. It's just beautiful to
I just
witness.
I just want to talk. I want to have like a whole episode. If maybe I just want to talk about Key and Peele. I would love to do two episodes, just not even podcasts, just like two videos about it's like Key and Peele as a
Hmm.
duo, and they're just history together. How like good they are as a comedy
Yes.
duo, and then just like the depth of their skits in Key and Peele, because it's just like talking about like our favorite Key and Peele
Hmm.
sketches and why they're so like unique and special and hilarious.
Yo.
I'm thinking of one. I'm thinking of one sketch, like the racist zombies one,
Oh
where they were
yeah.
going through a zombie apocalypse, and they were like, "Why are they biting?" Like that. I'm not gonna lie. That is like great. That's hilarious.
Man.
That'll be an interesting idea for an actual
Yeah,
movie.
bro. Like that would be hilarious. Holy shit. Oh fuck. But yo,
I would literally watch Key and Peele if like if they had, you know how they had like different like movies like Shaun of the Dead and
yes,
like
those parodies.
fucking
Not
Hot
parodies.
Fuzz and shit like that. Like I would
Yeah,
love for
Hot Fuzz
them.
is a parody. Shaun of the Dead is like a parody. Yeah, it's also a parody.
Yeah, it's a
It's
part
like
of this
it's a
thing called
satire.
like
Satire. That's
the
what it is. Shaun of the Dead.
no, it's called like I'm trying to think. It's they're part of this special. They're part of this special series of movies. I think it's really fucking cool. Like, it's called. Damn, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it's called the Three Flavors Cornetto Trilogy. It's by Edgar. I think each film is made by Edgar Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's directed by Edgar Wright and written by Wright and Simon Pegg. But yeah, so they each play off three different genres, like the zombie movie, the sci-fi movie, and the cop
Mm-hmm.
movie. And they just like play off of that, and each one kind of like leads into the other, and it's really interesting. But yeah, that'd be really cool if Key and Peele decide to work together again, because I know they're branching out and doing other
Mm-hmm.
stuff, especially with uh,
Jordan Peele.
Peele like, being a great director and like him doing Get Out and us. And did we ever talk about Isabel?
No, we did, but
Did we
but
ever
that
talk about
episode
Isabel?
got deleted. No, it got lost.
Either I wanna at some point talk about it
Yeah. Also,
because I that gives me.
I mean, to be fair, we can get if we're gonna talk about Key and Peele, we can talk about great comedy sketch shows. We can talk about Chappelle Show. We can talk about In Living Color.
Man,
Yes, I was thinking that too. Yeah, Mad TV. Like that's what Key and Peele got their start on.
yeah,
But like good comedy sketch shows, like a Latin comedy sketch show, I need to actually look into more because they did have some funny stuff, but I haven't really delved into that much. Like there's quite a bit of sketch shows out there that are like really good. Yeah. So the thing about comedy that I love though is that there's such a spectrum with it. It's like anime. There's so much diversity within it that is like crazy when you actually look at it. There's so many comedians. There's comedians for everybody. And the shit that and you really have to remember that comedy is subjective. So if somebody doesn't find somebody funny, you can't take that personally. Even though you probably are, because you find that person funny, you understand that humor, you understand where they're coming from, you understand their thought process going through the shit, right? Because it threw me for a fucking loop when I actually met somebody that does not find Dave Chappelle funny.
who doesn't like Dave
She
Chappelle?
doesn't. They don't find him funny.
Who doesn't find them funny? We can talk about this after the podcast.
I'm not putting.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not putting the info out. I'm saying because even my girl, she never seen Chappelle show. She never had the privilege of seeing Chappelle show. She didn't listen to Dave Chappelle. She didn't really know. She didn't really know that much about him. She barely knew who the fuck the nigga was when I pulled him up.
That is wild.
Yeah, I know. It hurt. It hurt me to my. It hurt me to my soul. It did.
And you still didn't hear me? You still didn't hear
Nigga,
me?
I tell you, the love is real. The love is true. I tell you, I love her because if it was off of just shit that she's done and said, sometimes I'm like, I love you, baby, but why, why, why? I would literally when she said she didn't know, literally when she said she didn't really know who this nigga was, I was I literally sat in the chair, curled up in the fetal position, and just like, do I stay? Do I stay in this? Do I want to? Do I want to?
I can just walk out right
Like
now.
I could just leave right now. Like, uh, because that's the thing though. I love stand up comedy, and I can't be with a person that doesn't like stand up comedy. I can't be the person that doesn't like comedy. Like that is my like honestly, a great night for me would be to fucking eat some food, get some cutty, or either way, get some food, get some cutty, go to sleep, or get some food, watch a comedy special, fall asleep with my girl, like, and both of us laughing and shit, both of us getting the jokes. Cause one thing that kind of annoys me sometimes, like when niggas don't get jokes, I'm like, nigga, it's easy to get. Why don't you fucking get this? But then it's like some people don't understand like this. Because there's also comedians who use context of real world events, like like history, make it relevant to some shit they're doing now, and they still make that shit funny. But yeah, so again, I love my girl. Baby, you ever see this? I love you. Hey, how you doing? But you already know. And she's cool. She laughs at herself and shit that she's done and shit. And I'm sure she remembers that shit that I'm talking about specifically. But in any case, I think this is good. I think this is a good stopping point. I think it's a good stopping point. You ready? You ready to call it a night, man?
Yeah,
Also, okay, yeah. Also, I want y'all to know that this is that we are hard at work here. This is it's 2:37 in the morning. We are doing this right now. We are about this life. We are about this life.
this is our superpower.
Yes.
Dedication to you, the fans.
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that. Before for the last episode, we didn't upload till October. I wouldn't say that. We had the whole month of November off. No.
Hey, but we here, right? We here, putting out this video for you.
I might include this. I just might include this. Yo, but in any case, this has been another episode.
No, stop. Hold it right there. Pause. Don't move. Put your hands up in there and wave like you just don't care. All right.
And if you want to wild out with my niggas over here, everybody say, "Oh yeah!"
Oh yeah. But I just want to talk to the people for a second.
Oh gosh.
I just want to talk to America.
His fucking monologue.
All right. Let me tell you something. All right. Yeah, we might have hadn't been not consistent with putting out content in November. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That whole month of November. But now we come back to you, making this content, putting out this content for you, the people, because you know.
Because you know what?
Stop. Because you know that we want to give this content to you. We want you to enjoy this podcast. We want you to enjoy these videos that we make for you. For us to introduce topics that you might have even thought of before, that you might have even seen anywhere else.
Sir, last episode before the shit we just put up was on December 7th.
Let me tell you something.
We missed like 2 weeks.
Let me tell you something, man. And I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with us, even though we haven't been consistent.
Yes, thank you so fucking much.
We coming back. We come back strong. Trying to give you this content. We're trying to put in hours, put in the work, recording video and audio, editing video and audio.
We're pushing the YouTube channel too. Like we're actually putting shit up there. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We thought we could see what was gonna happen in 2020. Obviously, we ain't had that vision, but hey, we're back here.
We know 2020. We know 2020 was our year. 2021. Who knows?
Yeah.
All I know is I'm buckling up my seatbelt, fastening it in tight, and getting ready for the ride of our lives.
I'm putting on my theme music. Fucking Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious!
Thank you. You know what we doing?
We going ultra black.
We drifting past. We drifting past all this inconsistency. We drifting past into a a a a, a lane filled with dedication and hard work and motivation, drive, which we do because we're in the car right now.
Zoom zoom.
Yes.
Skirt skirt.
And you know what? I'm gonna push that nitro and go.
Go big zoom zoom.
We're gonna hit that nitro, and content will come out. Boom, 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 boom.
Hit every one of your doors like we a newspaper boy.
Content is gonna be coming out the exhaust pipe like crazy.
Leaving y'all other bitches in the dust.
And we doing all that for you, the people that actually watch our videos and actually listen to the podcast and actually leave us voice messages on Anchor and give and rate and review us on Apple Podcast because that really helps.
We appreciate y'all so much. We really do.
And share it to your friends.
Oh yes.
And to other people that would enjoy this podcast, that would enjoy these videos on YouTube. That would enjoy the streams that we do on Twitch. For me, Black Charlie Brown, BlackCharlie BRWN, that's BRWN on Twitch and on YouTube. Woo. 2 eyes. Woo.
2 space.
We out here.
I apostrophe yes.
Do this for y'all.
Yes. Give it to him.
That's all I gotta say.
God damn it. See that right there. That right there is how you sell a goddamn podcast.
And now, without further ado, this has been the Anything Period Podcast.
Emphasis on the promo. No, I'm sorry. Do that again. I got something better. Do that again.
And this has been the Anything Period Podcast.
Emphasis on the macho.
Peace.